¿Qué pasa, YouTube? 6 Foot Hacks here. Got for you guys today a post-narrated showdown battle that I had the other day with the team that I did a PS Live with that was uploaded on Sunday. So if you guys may have missed that, a link to that will be down in the description so you guys can go check that out after you watch this battle or watch that live, then watch this battle because this was a really good game, and that PS Live had 3 really good games as well. So yeah, so far this team has proved to provide some pretty good games. And my opponent does have a Sliggoo. Spoiler alert, we don't get to find out what it really does, but hey, them's is the breaks. But yeah, this did turn out to be an extremely good game that I had on the ladder. Definitely a lot of thinking from both mine and my opponent's part. But yeah, again, this is not my team. I mentioned this in the PS Live I did with it. This is a team I got off the sample team thread. So if I remember, I'll put a link to that down in the description as well so you guys can go check it out. And if you missed my previous upload, then a link to that will also be down in the description. So yeah, guys, there's a lot of things in the description of videos from now on. So just click it and yeah, there's going to be stuff there. But yeah, also my Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr are on there if you guys would like to follow me. But yeah, my opponent's team is actually a kind of scary Charizard. I've been seeing a lot of acrobatics SD Will-O-Wisp Charizard that run max speed and max HP, just kind of like a bulky Zard set. If that is the set that he's running on this Charizard, it could prove to be very annoying. The good thing is though that he doesn't really seem to have a switch into Mesprit, so obviously I'm thinking my Mesprit is the best lead going into this match. His Mesprit doesn't prove to be too much of a problem to my team. I do have to figure out though if it is physical or special. Hitmonchan shouldn't be an issue so long as I can keep Pelipper and Mesprit at solid amounts of HP, and that Hitmonchan does not have Thunder Wave, so I will have to scout out for that. If it is special Charizard, as long as he doesn't Hidden Power Grass crit or Focus Blasts, or hit 2 Focus Blasts on my Regirock, then I can just T-Wave it and just go from there. Steelix could be a bit of a fat mon to take down, but it's okay, and Vileplume could just be annoying to deal with if I lose Mesprit. But yeah, going into this match, I definitely have to watch out for that Hitmonchan and that Mesprit because I did not know what kind of sets they are, obviously, and I have to find out what they are. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. My lead, of course, is going to be Mesprit, as I mentioned, as he leads off with his Mesprit. And it turns out that he either wins a speed tie or he is Scarf. So I ran a calc, and it turns out that the damage he did was most likely meaning that he was Adamant Scarf Mesprit. So that's going to be really annoying. And unfortunately, what I did here was go for the Signal Beam. So I'm not going to be doing too much damage to this Steelix, and I am going to be forced to switch out here as I'm going to end up bringing in my Pelipper. It is okay that he went for the rocks. I really do not care because what I can do is go for the Defog. Unfortunately, my opponent does get a tad bit unlucky and misses the Toxic, but you're going to see that that really does not matter whatsoever in this game. But then I do burn his Vileplume, which I guess kind of matters. I mean, the extra residual damage is going to be nice, but if it's game changing, I highly doubt it. You guys can determine that. As I'm going to switch into my Hariyama here. I did predict him to want to bring in the Sliggoo potentially, or maybe even the Hitmonchan, predicting something like maybe Tauros or Skuntank. As I go for the Earthquake, he's going to bring in the Charizard. Obviously, I do not want to stay in, so I'm going to switch into my Pelipper, and he is going to hit this Will-O-Wisp, so that means he will now be getting residual damage on me, and Pelipper doesn't stay in long enough to where me being poisoned over burn matters, because Toxic racks up every turn, burn does 12 every turn, so yeah, it doesn't really matter is what I'm trying to say. So I can U-turn to my Mesprit, and I'm just going to click Psychic. This is Modest Choice Specs Ice Beam. Sorry, I thought I clicked Psychic, but I'm going to Ice Beam. I'm going to be able to potentially 2-hit KO the Steelix. Unfortunately though, I get a low roll with my first Ice Beam, only doing 50%, as my second Ice Beam did 53%. He is now able to get up his Stealth Rocks, but this also means that I no longer have to deal with Steelix. Now another play that I could have made instead of going for that second Ice Beam was switching directly into Pelipper and just going for Defog again. That would have dragged out the game a little bit longer, but that means that he wouldn't have had Stealth Rocks on my side of the field, and if this was a PS Live or a more serious battle as opposed to a game where I'm just kind of playing to ladder, then I probably would have made the play into Pelipper, because I think that ultimately that was the better play, but the more aggressive play was to Ice Beam, which I guess still isn't a bad play, but just, I don't know, I would have rather switched in the Pelipper to keep rocks off of the field. So he's going to bring in his Mesprit now, obviously, because he did 53% to me turn 1. I cannot sing in, and we know that he is Adamant Scarf, as I mentioned. So what I'm going to do here is actually bring in Hariyama. Very positive in the fact that he's not going to go for a Zen Headbutt, because why would he do that? There's no reason for him to have to lock himself into that move. So he's going to U-turn into the Charizard, as he's going to double into Hitmonchan, as I'm going to double into Pelipper. Now, he thought that I would bring in my Regirock, which is why he probably doubled into Hitmonchan. Now, even though, yes, I did bring in Pelipper, this may look like a perfect chance for me to defog. However, though, I don't know if he has Thunder Punch, and unfortunately, he doesn't have it. But the reason why I say unfortunately is because I didn't know that at the time of the battle, or at the time that this turn took place, obviously. So I can't stay in. I can't risk him knocking me out with Thunder Punch. I need to find some way to hopefully defog later in the match, because rocks are just really, really annoying to me, and my opponent is going to have an advantage throughout this entire game, because my Pokemon will be taking damage every time they switch in and out, where he can just switch in and out freely. So I can't risk him having Thunder Punch. I have to switch out. I have to switch out here, and I end up bringing in my Skuntank, which I know, I don't know, this is a bit of an odd play, but honestly, if you look at my team, I really have no other switch-ins to the Skuntank, and the fact that I can't Sucker Punch or Pursuit Mesprit does kind of suck, but I am able to get off the aftermath damage on that Hitmonchan. And let me tell you guys, Hitmonchan right now is easily the biggest threat to my team. If Tauros takes 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins, he puts me in range of Mach Punch knocking me out. If my Hariyama takes more damage, I think a Close Combat or a Drain Punch will be able to finish me off. So I really have to watch out for that, as he's going to switch out. He's going to bring in his Charizard, and I'm just going to go for Modest Choice Specs Psychic, and I'm going to be able to easily 2-hit KO the Charizard. And here, I decided to be a little bit aggressive. I was really positive in the fact that he wasn't going to go for an Acrobatics. Even if he did, I think that he is just the max HP, max speed set. I don't know, although the fact that this did 75% may mean that he's not max HP. I haven't run the calc, and it's not really game changing, but I ended up making a slightly ballsy play, and I predict him to predict me to bring in Regirock this turn and go for Will-O-Wisp. So what I'm going to do is just stay in, take the Will-O-Wisp, and go for the Psychic and knock out the Charizard, no longer having to worry about it, which is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately though, my Mesprit is now in range to where a Mach Punch will be able to knock me out after I switch it into Rock. So Hitmonchan has become an even bigger threat than it already is. So even though, yes, I'm up 5-4, things are really not looking good for me at all. So back into the same scenario from earlier. I can't stay in here. He is going to be faster than me. I can still save Mesprit to potentially get off one final big hit or go for a Healing Wish for one of my Pokemon. So I'm going to do what I did earlier, and I'm going to switch directly back into Hariyama, because if anything, Hariyama is the most expendable team member for me in this match. So I really don't need it. If he does want to go for Zen Headbutt, then hey, more power to you, my mans. It's whatever. So he's going to bring in the Vileplume. I'm going to go straight for the knockoff, get rid of his Black Sludge. I was kind of hoping that Effect Spore would kick in there and that he would paralyze me. That way he couldn't Sleep Powder me or poison me, but he's just going to spam Moonlight here, try to get up to as much HP as possible. I guess one of these turns I could have switched out, but honestly, nothing on my team is able to one-shot this Vileplume that isn't Mesprit. And I can't directly switch into Mesprit, because if I do that, then I'm going to take Rocks damage, and my burn is going to knock me out. So, basically, what I have to do here is just stay in and try to wear down this Vileplume as much as possible, allow him to knock me out, and then that way I can get a free switch into my Tauros or into my Mesprit, and click Psychic, get one final hit off, or click Rock Climb or Zen Headbutt with Tauros, and then just go from there. But as you're about to see, he's going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and at the time of this game, I actually had Guts on this Hariyama, and I'm going to go for the Earthquake, and I get a crit. Now, after running the calc, Even though, yes, I am at +1 essentially because of Guts, that crit still mattered. I believe the max damage that it would have done to max defense Vileplume is 48%. So if anything, I would have put him in range of Burn knocking him out, or I would have put him in a scenario where I can bring in Tauros, click Rock Climb, and 2 KO the Sliggoo, knock out the Vileplume, or knock out the Mesprit, or knock out the Hitmonchan. So maybe in a sense it was better that he did get critted, because then he wouldn't give in Tauros a free switch in. So here, I literally have to go on the Tauros. I bring in Regirock, he knocks me out with a potential close combat. Possibly, is what well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could maybe live a close combat or a Drain Punch, but what do I do in return? Earthquake's not gonna knock him out. I don't have counter. I could Thunder Wave him, I guess, but I don't really think that would benefit me too much. And after one Stealth Rock switch in, I can still take a Mach Punch, and he knows this, so he's actually going to switch out, and I make a very, very, very stupid play. Very, very dumb play, and I Zen Headbutt. I should have just gone for the Rock Climb. There was really no reason for me to Zen Headbutt, because now he's going to be able to get off a pretty solid chunk of damage with a Sliggoo, putting me in range of Mach Punch. So, essentially, he pretty much wins this game with Hitmonchan. So he's actually going to bring in the Mesprit here. Again, he's Scarfed Adamant, so I'm going to be forced to switch out. I'm going to switch into my Regirock here because I haven't taken any damage yet. This is really good. What I can do now is go for the Thunder Wave, as he's probably going to want to switch into Hitmonchan, and then what I can do is just spam Earthquake. He's going to be paralyzed. I can then hopefully bring in Pelipper, and then Roost or Scald and knock him out, and then win the game from there, because I should be at a healthy HP to where I can live any hit from Mesprit and Thunder Wave him, right? No, he's actually just going to stay in here and spam knockoff, just trying to fodder off his Mesprit. And the reason why I double Thunder Wave there was because I thought that he would try to switch into his Hitmonchan, thinking that I would go for the rock type move. So what I'm going to do here is switch into my Pelipper. There was a chance that he could get paralyzed, and he's going to go for the knockoff. He gets a crit, but I'm mixed defensive Pelipper, so I don't really know if that crit mattered. I think maybe if he got absolute min damage, I would have been able to just barely live the burn damage and got off some damage with Scald, or gone for a Roost, or maybe even Defog. If anything, I think I clicked Scald if I'm not mistaken, just because at this point I really don't need to Roost rocks or whatever. Yes, they would be nice to get rid of. I have a game plan, it's fine. I just need to get off some extra damage on this Mesprit. However, though, he does crit me, and he is going to knock me out, as I can bring in my Mesprit. What I could do here is go for the Signal Beam, knock him out, it'll be a double down, and then I lose to Hitmonchan. But what I could also do is go for the rabbit in the hat, pulling a rabbit out of the hat, however the term goes. I butchered it, but it's fine, because I can Healing Wish to Tauros, be brought back up to full HP, take only one turn of Stealth Rock damage. That is crucial, only one turn of Stealth Rock damage. Be in range of where I can live a non-crit Mach Punch from Hitmonchan. All I need to do is not miss this Rock Climb and KO this Mesprit. But he lives! He lives on 7%! But it's okay! It's okay, because he's paralyzed. We have a chance. We have a 25% chance. We have a 1 in 4%. We have a 1 in 4 chance for him to get fully paralyzed. This is why Yellow Magic is so broken. This is where that crit may have mattered. It's okay, guys. It's okay. He gets paralyzed. We knock him out with the Rock Climb, but he can still win. If he crits us with Mach Punch, he wins. He's gonna go for it. He doesn't crit. We take the hit. We don't miss Zen Headbutt, and that is the game in our favor. Oh my lord, that was an uphill battle for me the entire game. Him having rocks up was so crucial. I really misplayed around that Hitmonchan. I let everything get weakened to where Hitmonchan probably would have swept through my entire team. But luckily we were able to pull out the victory and just... yeah, wow, that was That was a crazy game. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, then make sure to hit the like button down below. With that being said, guys, I will potentially see you all tomorrow. If not, then I will see you all Thursday or Friday for sure with a team building video. So yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. I will see you all soon. Later, everybody.